Hi, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential, and I'm here today with a roundup of the latest Simplicity vintage re-release patterns. So I've picked out gorgeous fabrics you could sew them up in, everything, patterns, fabrics, everything I mentioned, they're all available on our site, so do check out the links below. Do find as well a link to our weekly newsletter for a healthy dose of sewing inspiration straight to your inbox. So Simplicity have been re-releasing some of their most popular vintage designs recently, and their latest new season release was so packed full of beautiful patterns. I couldn't fit them all in one video, and I decided to do one specifically on the vintage re-releases. So we've got some gorgeous 50s and 60s designs here, might have some 70s, but let's just take a look now at these timeless classics. So the first one I want to share with you is Simplicity 9884, which is a 1960s vintage, and it is just that lovely, simple, classic, chic shift dress. It's got 2 to 3 main pattern pieces, so it's going to be easy to cut out and sew and easy to just chuck on and wear as well. It's beautiful in its simplicity, pardon the pun. So all of the views of this pattern have got a scoop neck at the front, and then they've got fish darts at the front and the back for shaping on the body. You've got the option for a short sleeve and then the knee length version, or you can go for a sleeveless full length maxi version with a side split at the from the hem up. You've also got the option to add a sash or a bow at the waist for the mini shift dress. But yeah, just absolutely beautiful, really easy to sew, really easy to wear. It runs in sizes 6 to 24, so a 24 is a 46 bust, 39 waist and a 48 hip, and it's designed to be sewn up in a range of woven fabrics, brocades, cottons, crepes, things like that. I thought that the sleeveless maxi version would look beautiful sewn up in this gorgeous cotton lawn fabric with this multicolour floral print on the dark background. I just thought that would look absolutely lovely for holiday season. I know that means Christmas in America. In the UK it means more like summer holidays, but yeah, I thought that would look beautiful sewn up in that fabric, so that was my choice for that one. The next one is a 1950s re-release, Simplicity 9913. So much to like about this pattern, so many lovely quirky details, and I think that's what's so beautiful about some of these vintage designs. You know, styles do get reiterated. We do see trends coming back. You know, we've certainly seen the 90s coming back at the moment, but I think when you go a bit further back to like the 40s and the 50s, some of those design details are so unique and quirky, and we don't often see them nowadays. So this is one of those patterns for me. It's a sleeveless dress, a sort of cutaway armhole. It's got a collar that folds back on itself, and then at the back it's a really cute little half moon design on the back of the collar where it stands up on the back of your neck. It's got waist darts for a really good fit, and then where it's a button down front, but where the button and the buttonhole are, there's sort of like a jaunty zigzaggy angle of that bodice piece, which I really like, that houses the button, and I think that's a really unusual feature as well. It's very fitted at the waist, and then you've got a dramatic sort of flared skirt that's probably a midi length looking at it. This apparently is an easy to sew pattern as well. But what I really like about this pattern, what I thought was really unusual that I haven't seen before, and if you were around in the 1950s, you probably saw it all the time, but there's these enormous patch pockets on the skirt, and they're set at a jaunty angle, and it's just something really unusual and different that I haven't seen much before, or seen before at all. I really like that about it. It runs up to a 24, which is a 46 bust, 39 waist, 48 hip, and it's designed to be sewn up in a range range of woven fabrics like cottons, denims, linens, rayons, taffetas. I thought our cotton linen mixed fabric would look great sewn up as that design. I chose this beautiful red colour, but it does come in a range of colours. I'm currently using the navy to make a waistcoat for myself. Last year I sewed a pair of shorts in the pink colourway. It's a cotton and linen mix. It sews and presses beautifully. It's a joy to work with. So yeah, I thought that would be really nice for that design. So do check that out. Remember, all the links to the patterns and the fabrics are going to be below for you. The next design is another 1960s. Again, simple, chic, classic, very sort of Valentino vibes. It's Simplicity 9916. It's an off-the-shoulder design, so it's asymmetric. It's off one shoulder, and then on the other shoulder, there's a lovely dramatic bow, which looks gorgeous. I think there's some sort of gathering or draping going on under the bow to create a little bit of shape there. Again, we're seeing the fish darts on the front, and I assume on the back, yeah, on the back as well, to give that shape on the bodice. And then you've got the option for a sort of pencil shape knee length skirt, or you've got the option for a full maxi length skirt with a side slit. Again, professes to be an easy sew, probably would be, looks relatively simple and straightforward to me. Runs up to a size 24, which we've been through already, and is designed to be sewn up in cottons, crepes, linens, satins, that sort of thing. I thought this would look absolutely gorgeous sewn up in our viscose satin fabric, which has got, I've got some more of this downstairs and not much on this bolt, but it's been really popular, so we've reordered it. And yeah, I just thought that pattern would show this gorgeous print off beautifully, make a lovely evening dress, or perhaps like a day dress for a wedding, as we're heading into wedding season. And the next pattern I want to show is another 1960s vintage, so this is 9915. It is a suit, a skirt and top, or it's a shift dress again, and just again some really unusual design features that you wouldn't see on modern day patterns. So there's a chevron, there's a seam that runs from the sort of upper chest down to the sort of side seams, and then out of that there's a cutout, a high neck, but just that angular sort of design on the front. I really like the way that looks. I think it's really unusual and quirky. It's got sleeves that sort of mid-length sleeves that hit sort of halfway down the bottom half of your arm. And the top is relatively fitted, but quite sort of boxy looking. Looks like a sort of almost like a suit jacket. And then there's a pencil skirt that you can make to go with that. Or you can make the simple shift dress, which has got that lovely sort of high neck design with the little cutout feature, the angular seam across the front, and then it's just a classic sort of shift dress design. Again, they're saying this is an easy sew, and yeah, it can be sewn up in cottons, crepes, knits, flannels, shantungs, so quite a wide range of fabrics on this one, and it runs up to a size 26 as well. I thought the dress would look really cute sewn up in this gorgeous delphinium blue crepe fabric. Just such a pretty colour for this time of year. I thought that would look really classic and beautiful sewn up in that, so that was my choice for that one. And then the next pattern, this is the last one. This is a 1960s vintage, and this is definitely an easy sew as well. I thought it was like a house coat, but they call it a beach cover-up. But essentially, it's an oversized jacket that comes to as a sort of like mini dress length. You've got different options for the sleeves, but all the sleeves are quite loose fitting, gathered at the wrist with some sort of elastic with a little trumpet frill sleeve design coming out of it. They've got like a crew neck, which you can finish with a little ruffle if you want to, and then it's a button down front with the option for big patch pockets on the front, but essentially it was designed to just chuck on over like your swimwear and stuff at the beach. It's very sort of giving me very Mad Men vibes. If anybody's ever watched that series, I can remember a lot of these sorts of things in that series. I loved that series for the fashion alone. I just loved the fashion in that. Oh, it was amazing. But anyway, I get sidetracked. This runs from a small to a large. A large is a 40 bust, 32 waist and a 42 hip, but I thought actually this would be a really useful thing to make today as well, like, and it would be really useful to chuck on over swimwear at the beach. So yeah, maybe we could have a revival of this trend. Another easy to sew pattern as well, and designed to be sewn up in a range of woven fabrics, cottons, cotton blends, that sort of thing. And I thought this lovely cotton fabric has got definite beach vibes because of the lovely bright colours, and it's also got quite vintagey vibes as well, thanks to that like orange colourway in it. So that would be my choice for that one. But I also thought it was a good opportunity to show you this one if you were going for really vintage vibes. We've got this sort of browny, rusty coloured cotton poplin fabric with a sort of small floral design on it as well, and I thought that could work equally well as well. And then you could maybe wear it as some sort of like overshirt, like a shacket type thing, with jeans or shorts or whatever, rather than over swimwear perhaps. So that was just another option there. But I hope you've enjoyed that little trip down memory lane. Tell me in the comments if you remember any of those patterns or which ones you like the best. If you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.